Hmm. Good morning, dear Dharma friends. Behind me is the beautiful Columbia River Gorge. Not actually real at the moment, but real to our eyes. Sunrise. Beacon Rock here. Over there, there's a rickety old. That's not rickety. There's a steel stairway that goes up this. You can go up, and it's an incredible view. So it is the 10th of February, 2025. And we're going to begin. I'm going to begin with a poem this morning. This poem has been in my collection for decades, actually. And it is the essence of Western psychotherapy. It's the essence, in a way, of love. It's the essence of how, as human beings, we serve one another by listening deeply to each other. So it's by John Fox from his collection called When Jewels Sing. And I'm going to be particularly mindful as I read this morning. I'll read it twice. And the reading it twice comes from Robert Bly, who said at a workshop I was at with him, well, after the first one, now we know the bones of that poem, let's hear the heart. So I'm going to attend to the movement of my lips and to the sound that emerges. When someone deeply listens to you, it is like holding out a dented cup you've had since childhood and watching it fill up with cold, fresh water. When it balances on the top of the brim, you are understood. When it overflows and touches your skin, you are loved. When someone deeply listens to you, the room where you stay starts a new life, and the place where you wrote your first poem begins to glow in your mind's eye. It's as if gold has been discovered. When someone deeply listens to you, your bare feet are on the earth, and a beloved land that seemed distant is now at home within you. When someone deeply listens to you, it is like holding out a dented cup you've had since childhood and watching it fill up with cold, fresh water. When it balances on the top of the brim, you are understood. When it overflows and touches your skin, you are loved. When someone deeply listens to you, the room where you stay starts a new life, and the place where you wrote your first poem begins to glow in your mind's eye. It is as if gold has been discovered. When someone deeply listens to you, your bare feet are on the earth, and a beloved land that seemed distant is now at home within you. When someone deeply listens to you, the room where you stay starts a new life, and the place where you wrote your first poem begins to glow in your mind's eye. It is as if gold has been discovered. When someone deeply listens to you, your bare feet are on the earth, and a beloved land that seemed distant is now at home within you. Please allow yourself this incarnation, this place that consciousness and matter have come together, to sit comfortably upright. And in my own practice, I routinely, at the beginning, repeat a time or two this blessing, this incantation from Atum Okane, a very early teacher of mine who passed away in the last few months. He was sitting with a group of students in Padmasambhava's cave in Bhutan. They sat for many hours, and the next day he shared this with his students. In the cave, this came to him. Deeply rooted in this living present moment. Deeply rooted in this living present moment. Seeing, perceiving, with a clear, open, spacious awareness. Far beyond fear and doubt. Abiding in luminous equanimity. The path opens before you. Deeply listens. Mindfulness and love are synonyms. There are techniques in mindfulness. There's the whole Satipatthana Sutra, the 4 foundations of mindfulness. But without love, it becomes kind of a spiritual exercise room. It's not a very good analogy. It becomes dry. It is dry. So what if we were to sit here and simply be awake, simply be willing to experience reality on its own terms? This body is alive. It doesn't take concept or thinking to feel the life in your hands and arms, to feel the pressure of the body against the chair. It's just alive. It sort of sings with aliveness, the truth of anicca, impermanence. And what if we were also to simply allow this body to breathe fully, to breathe exactly as it wants? Awareness can notice the very beginning, the lifetime, the move from breathing in to breathing out. It can notice the decline and the vanishing of each breath. There's often a tendency to meditate to improve oneself, to stop the dukkha of life. Why would that not be normal or normative? When someone deeply listens, when we deeply pay attention, there's something profoundly beautiful that happens. We get to rest in now, in this one-of-a-kind ever present moment. And of course, the mind wanders, and mindfulness vanishes, and the self sings all of its different songs. Happy, sad, confident, not confident, desiring, disliking, telling stories. Please let us abandon the war against what is. When awareness reasserts itself in the midst of a wandering mind, we can simply come home to breathing. Each breath has a beginning. Each wandering mind has a beginning, though we don't get to see that. We do, however, get to see or know, perceive, when wakefulness reasserts itself. It too has a beginning. Everything on this side of the Big Bang is anicca, impermanent. And this isn't something to think about. It is that which we are. And when someone deeply listens, when somehow something deeply attends, the truth of this transforms us, embracing the life of the body. It's nothing but life. Please let us abandon those wandering minds that have to do with, am I doing this right? Am I getting there? There really is nothing to figure out. When someone deeply listens, when awareness is truly present, there is nothing more to do. Of course, we live our lives. We act on the basis of our greatest wisdom. We are compassionate with ourselves and others. But the struggle for control is pointless. Please invite awareness to be present in what you think of as your fingers and hands and arms. It's alive, isn't it? Please invite awareness to be awakened. That place in the universe you think of as your feet. Suddenly, there they are. Your legs, all the life of the pelvis, the torso with its rising and falling abdomen and chest, its back, its sides, the fingers, the hands, thumbs, forearms and upper arms and shoulders, the neck and the throat, the face, lips, cheeks, nose, eyes, scalp, ears. To pay attention, to deeply listen, is to love, to receive the wandering mind, not with hatred and aversion, but with great compassion and love. Please invite awareness to open, particularly in the eyes, the sensations in the eyes, and let the eyeballs move around a little bit to left and right and up and down. Feel how they move in their beautifully lubricated little sockets. And now, with very clear intention, form the intention to allow the eyes to open, to make the effort to lift the eyelids. And in doing so, noticing what happens, something rather momentous occurs. Seeing begins. Seeing. There are objects. Mindful, deeply listening to the sense door. Seeing. Seeing and hearing. Thank you for being here and participating. For those of you on YouTube or Facebook or other places this appears, I invite you to visit my website, robertbeatty.com. And I have an upcoming class on loving kindness, a 4-session class, Wednesday nights. And also I am available for individual consultation and training. You can get information about that on the website as well. So thanks for being here.